Welcome to Mike's Literary Minute, where books can be listened to and enjoyed. Good morning, and my name is Michael. I've been listening to audiobooks since the mid-'80s, and today we're taking a step way back. When I say way back, I'm talking these books are eBay only at this point in their life. And the series in question, I'm going to go over pretty much the entire series versus one individual book. And I've never read the entire series, never listened to it, but there's enough clues given in the series to where, or the books that I have listened to, that you can pretty much assume what's going on. These are written in kind of the same style as Mac Maloney's Wingman series. And honestly, if you like the Wingman series, you're going to like the Carrier series by Keith Douglas and read by Terence Aselford. Terence Aselford, I've listened to a bunch of stuff by him, and he always tells a good story, but there's not a lot of changing in inflection. So if you've listened to him once, you've listened to him through all of his books. And that's not a crack, that's just who the man is. He is reading books, I'm making reviews. So he's definitely got to step up on me. Now, Keith Douglas, these books came out in the 90s. That's why I said good luck finding them. They're worth the hunt. They're seriously worth the hunt. If you're after basically a popcorn book. Think popcorn movie where you just go and watch it for action adventure, eat some popcorn, don't take it too seriously, and you have a great time. Imagine that in book form. The books were sold, they're called mass market paperbacks. So you would have seen these type of books at the checkout line back in the day at your grocery store. And they were a couple, $3 a piece. The audio books, this should really date them. They're done by DH Audio. DH Audio has been out of business for like 25 years. It was originally Durkin Hayes, then became DH, then became out of business. So I got these on a clearance rack at a local half-price books for like $1 a piece. And I'm like, for $1, what's the worst that could happen? I've listened to some pretty crappy books. I really wound up liking them. They're pro-America. You get introduced to the character of who later he becomes an admiral, if I remember correctly. But Matthew Tombstone Magruder. Tombstone is his call sign, and basically it's on the USS Jefferson. He starts out as a pilot, works up to CAG, works up to the captain of the vessel, works up to working at the Pentagon, and becomes a rear admiral. And I just like the books. They're an easy listen. You're doing housework. You're, in my case, working on the car. You just have someone in the background that'll make you kind of smile. Just turn it on and listen to it. Books don't have to be the Iliad and the Odyssey. They just have to be enjoyable to the person either reading or listening to the book. I've got a buddy of mine, my brother-in-law, is an English major. Joy. Believe me, that's not something that's a good thing. Guy smart as a whip. He would refer to these as pastiche. I would refer to them as a good read. He can take pastiche and shove it up his past ash. So, as I said, these ones are a hard read. Series-wise, the books start running into one another after a while, where the plot lines is kind of, because it's continuous. Start the first one, works all the way through to the last book in the series, and you've got the whole series. But they start to, like Wingman, where they start to crash into each other, and it's hard to keep them separate. Where in one thing they're in they're in the Black Sea over by Sevastopol, and the rebels blow up the bridge over the Bosphorus, and they can't get out. And how are they going to get out? They need, they're a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, but the birds need fuel, and sports ships need fuel. So how do we take care of that? You've got, pirates taking the ship over. Really? A military aircraft carrier. They're going to take over a military that is a set of balls to think that you can take over an aircraft carrier. That's 5,000 very dedicated, slightly pissed off, and very armed people waiting to throw your sorry ass overboard. Technically, I was in the Navy for 3 years. And I say technically because of the fact that it was high school JROTC. That's why it's technically. I never signed a contract, never raised my hand, never stepped on the yellow footprints. But I do know the basics, very basics, of how the Navy works. And believe me, you're going to take over a nuclear aircraft carrier, I'm going to sit on the dock with a lawn chair and a bag of Cheetos and watch the fireworks as the Marine security detail beats the living shit out of you and then chunks what's left overboard. Then feed you to the SEALs. That is actually cruel and unusual punishment. Much love for the SEALs. As I said, the books themselves, 2.8 cumulatively for all the books. Some of them, like any other book in any other series, you got your good books, you got your me, and you got your, oh my god, I can't believe I suffered through that books. So this one, the entire series, I give it a 2.8. It's not that it's bad, it's not that it's good, but it is, and it is very enjoyable. If you're after something for background entertainment, you can't beat them. The only problem is finding them. As I said, we're talking they were done in the early to mid 90s, and the latest one was published, I think, around 2005. That's been some time ago. You're looking, if you really want to experience these books, your best bet is going to be eBay. They're worth it. They really honestly are. You pick them up for a couple, $3 a piece. Like them, don't like them, doesn't matter to me. I got the ones I've got. So has anybody even heard of this series? Have you listened to anything or read anything by Keith Douglas, or listened to anything read by Terence Aselford? As I said, he's a good narrator. Not going to knock him. He's a good narrator. Let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you're going to do, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully I will be reviewing some stuff from Audible soon, but that would involve me finding something on Audible that's actually worth my time reviewing. I actually found one book, and I really enjoyed the book, but I refused to get political. I refused to get confrontational on certain issues. I was going to do a video on the book, and I bounced it off of some friends of mine, the idea, told them what the book was about, and they're like, nah, you better let that one go. Enjoy the book, but enjoy it in public, or enjoy it in private, because if you go public with it, it's going to open up a can of worms. It is a good book. If you want to know the name of it, send me a message, and I will send you the name over message. I will not bring up the name of the book in the video. So, I know, ooh, spooky, scary, ooh, yeah, deal with it. All right. Well, you guys have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.